Okay, so with college basketball right around the corner, I have decided to do some digging around and find a preseason ranking for the top 10 college teams. Of course, this is just preseason and anything can happen. It's a long season and you'll never know who will come out on top. To start off, I would give Kentucky the number one spot, followed by North Carolina and Ohio State. USA Today also agrees with me, except they have placed North Carolina to finish first and Kentucky to finish second. Kentucky is coming off a 29-8 record from last season, and once again they have a 5-star point guard filling in for Brandon Knight, which decided to enter the NBA draft last season. Next, I have Syracuse, Duke, Vanderbilt, and Connecticut. All of these four schools have come off of a winning record, and Connecticut, of course, ended up as number one last season. I just don't know if they have it in for this season. To round up the top 10, I will give Florida the number 8 spot, followed by Memphis and Kansas. Let's see what Trevor Lowry, featured columnist from the Bleacher Report, has to say.
I believe that North Carolina, Kentucky, and Ohio State are easy locks for this year's college basketball season for the top 3 teams. North Carolina has Tyler Zeller and Barnes returning. They're going to be a great team. Kentucky is going to have another great recruiting class. Them and Calipari are going to be great. Ohio State, Solinger, best player in the nation. They're going to have a great season. Connecticut's without Kemba Walker this year, but they once again had a good recruiting class. They have some returning players from last year. They're going to be another good team. A couple surprisers for the top 10. I think Memphis and Louisville are going to make it. Louisville's usually in the top 10, but they haven't been good as of lately. Looking for them to have a great team this year. Memphis finally going to be a great team without Calipari. The Florida Gators, look for them to be a top 10 team all year long. In fact, the SEC is going to have at least 3 teams in the top 10 all year, with Florida, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. And Alabama might be a surpriser this year. They're going to probably most likely start the season in the top 15 to the lower teens, but they have a lot of returning people, one of the best recruiting classes in the nation. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. Duke, once again, in the top 10. I think they're going to be around 5 or 6. Like always, Duke and the North Carolina rivalry is going to be great this year. 2 top 10 teams going at it. Like I said, the SEC is looking great. Kentucky and Vanderbilt and Florida, they're going to have great matchups this year. They're all going to challenge each other for the title, the SEC title. All going to make the NCAA tournament, obviously. Syracuse and Boeheim going to have another great year. And that's a look at the top 10 for this year.
And now you will be hearing from Hector Frias, a former basketball player.
Hector Frias here to give you my bold predictions of the NCAA college basketball season. And I'm going to start off just by saying Ohio State and Kentucky. Both incredible teams, phenomenal records last year, but both will fall short of North Carolina. North Carolina, a good team? Nah, a great team. UNC has 5 starting players returning this year. Young team, led by a freshman and a sophomore, Kendall Marshall and Dexter Strickland. Harris Barnes is also in addition to that, which was the Rookie of the Year in the ACC. They're motivated this year. Roy Williams, coach, he has them on point. He has them motivated, ready to go, going past the Elite 8. And, possibly winning the whole thing. And that's why it's called a bold prediction, because I do believe that UNC will make it. So not only do they have, the athletes, but they also have the heart. They will not give up. And that's what having a young team is all about. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you right now, UConn, Connecticut will not make it. I guarantee they will not make it past the Sweet 16. Mark my words. Wisconsin, Texas, Pittsburgh, those are the sleeper teams. Florida and Alabama, I'll add that too. But look out for Pittsburgh as well. Led by that big center, with tons of muscle, big strong guy. Ashton Gibbs, yeah, look out for him too. And I'm going to tell you right now that if North Carolina doesn't win, that'll be a surprise, because there is no other team better than them and as well equipped as they are. Thank you.
And there you have it, this year's preseason rankings for the college basketball season.